Welcome to Rowan College of South Jersey's online student orientation. I'm Josh Piddington, Rowan College of South Jersey's Vice President, Chief Information Officer. On behalf of RCSJ's President, Dr. Frederick Keating, thank you all for taking your valuable time to attend this event. Rowan College is all about options that will help you find your fit and in turn help you achieve your success. Success may be a certificate, an associate's degree, or a 3+1 degree that will save you a bundle of money and time because it will enable you to take your freshman, sophomore, and junior year classes at Rowan College of South Jersey while taking your senior year classes at Rowan University. Or maybe because you're attending this event, you're interested in online classes or an online degree. Of course, we offer those as well, including online bachelor's degrees in partnership with Rowan University. We want to make sure that you and your family feel safe and comfortable this coming fall semester, so RCSJ is continuing to offer several different ways to attend classes, ranging from on-campus face-to-face classes to live online remote classes, where you meet on a regular schedule virtually with your instructor and classmates. Of course, RCSJ continues to offer traditional online classes as well, where you complete your classwork on your schedule. Throughout this virtual orientation, you'll hear from our experts about our online classes, our online degrees, as well as all the various online services we offer, ranging from advisement to tutoring to our libraries, and of course our wellness centers, to name just a few. Here's the game plan for this orientation. In just a few moments, you'll hear from the Dean of our online campus, Beth Beecroft, as well as her team. Then we'll follow up with Executive Director Samantha Van Coy, who is an expert in all things student services. Finally, we'll enable breakout rooms where you'll have the opportunity to learn more about our academic divisions, as well as the certificates and certificates, degrees, and services they offer. This year, we also have a technical support breakout room where you can get all of your technical questions answered, like how do I log into my email? Don't worry, I'll explain how to access those breakout rooms when we get to that portion of this orientation. Finally, if you have questions during this Welcome Back event, please look for the chat button. Click or tap that button to ask your questions, and we'll do our best to answer your questions live or via chat. Now, please join me in welcoming the Dean of our online campus, Beth Beecroft.
Hi, everybody. Wow, there are a lot of people here tonight, which is great. So like Josh was just saying, the goal for tonight is to give you kind of as much information as we can without completely overloading you. We are recording the session. We will make the recording available later. So if you feel overwhelmed and want to rewatch this later to catch the pieces that you missed, you can absolutely do that. I'm going to start tonight by sharing my screen. So let me do that first. And I'm going to start by talking about, well, let me make sure first. Can everybody see my slide presentation? Great. Okay. So we're going to talk about e-learning because you're going to hear that phrase a lot tonight. So this orientation is for all students. You don't have to be a student who is taking an online course to benefit from this presentation. But something to keep in mind is that all students at RCSJ, especially since the pandemic, will likely need to know how to access our online learning system. So that's what e-learning is. So if you hear somebody say e-learning, what we mean is a web application or like a website that lives online where you can log in and you can access essentially a virtual classroom. So your instructors will put content there for you. And depending on the type of course you have, you'll either do all of your work there, or you'll maybe just do some of your work there. So something to note is that each campus, the Cumberland campus and the Gloucester campus, have their own e-learning system. Now it's the same system, everything is the same between the two, but the process for logging in is different. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to demonstrate how to log in at the Gloucester campus, and I'll invite my colleague, Mike, to show you how to log in at the Cumberland campus. So sit tight for that. We refer to this as e-learning, but for those who have taken online courses elsewhere, you might want to know that the system that we use is called Blackboard Learn. We tell all students to please use Google Chrome as your browser when you're using Blackboard or e-learning. We say that because while e-learning might work with most browsers, it consistently works better with Google Chrome. So download Google Chrome. It's a free application for you to use, and make sure when you log in to do coursework that you're using Google Chrome. The other thing to note is that Blackboard does have a mobile app. If you're using a mobile device and would like to download the app, you're welcome to do so. It is free. But keep in mind that the current version of Blackboard that we're using is not fully mobile compatible. So what I like to tell students, and what we generally tell students who call with issues, is if you want to log into your course and read through some content, watch some videos your instructor has posted, maybe check into the discussion board and read what's there, you can do that on the app. But if you're going to submit anything, if you're going to submit an assignment or take a test, or even type out a discussion board post, be at a computer for that. I cannot guarantee that if you submit something through the app that you won't run into a problem. And so it's always better to be safe than sorry. And then the other thing to note is that in the e-learning, once you learn how to use it, that's great. It'll look the same no matter where you go in the system, but each instructor organizes things and uses the system a little bit differently. So if you ever have questions about where to find something in a course, if you can't find it, reach out to your instructor. Worst case, you can also reach out to me and my team, which I'll give you our contact information in a bit. So next, I was just going to talk about the different types of online courses. So we have online courses, we have live online courses, and we have hybrid courses. Now, online courses are the type of course that you can complete entirely online. You never need to come to campus for anything. But these courses have deadlines. So you can't wait until the end of the course and then log in and do everything. These courses usually have weekly deadlines. Sometimes they have multiple deadlines each week. And so you want to make sure that you're logging in and you're doing your work and you're following all of the deadlines that are posted. So you're not required to be online at a specific time. So you don't have to log in at 8 a.m. on a Monday to do your work. You can log in at the time that works best for you, but you need to be in your course at least 2 to 3 times a week to go in and check on everything and make sure that you're hitting your deadlines. For live online courses, these are a little bit like online courses in that you do not need to come to campus for these. But what's different is you do have to log in at a specific time. So if you are taking a live online course and you look on your schedule and it says you meet Monday and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9:15, you need to log into your e-learning and go to your course and then go into your live class meeting via Zoom. Okay, so your instructor and your classmates will be there. You will all be able to interact with one another. That's how that class runs. And then all the additional assignments for that course, like tests or assignments, for instance, can all be submitted through e-learning. Next, we have hybrid. Hybrid courses are a mix of online, live online, and face-to-face. But the key thing to note is that hybrid courses all have a face-to-face component. So you will be going to campus and meeting physically with your instructor and your classmates for a portion of your class meetings. And then finally, we also have web enhanced courses. And I don't like to forget about them. While they are not as online as some of these other course types, web enhanced courses do make use of e-learning. Okay, so if you see a course that's listed as web enhanced, then know that you will still need to use the e-learning system. So a few points about each of these types and how to succeed in these courses. For online courses, you want to log into your course on the first day of the semester. You want to make sure you're logging in at least twice, I would say 3 or 4 times every week during the semester to make sure you're staying on top of things. That first day that you get in there, look at the syllabus, read through the syllabus, look for a welcome message from your instructor, and your instructor will give you very detailed directions on how to get started in the course. And then the other thing is put all of your assignments and your deadlines onto the calendar that you like to look at. It doesn't help if it just lives in Blackboard and you don't go to Blackboard that often, right? You want to make sure that you put it onto your own personal calendar so that you know when things are due. The other is do not let yourself fall behind in an online course. You want to reach out to your instructor immediately if you start to have problems. If you are just general problems in your life versus maybe you're not understanding something in the course, stay in communication with your instructor and make sure you know how to get in touch with support services, which again, I will talk about in a bit. For live online courses, before your first class, make sure you have Zoom downloaded on your computer so you don't run into a problem. Make sure that you log into your course on eLearning early so that you know where to click. I will show you in a bit where you're going to click to attend your live online class session. You want to reach out to our support if you're confused about how to do any of this. And then once you're in your live online class, we really encourage students to turn on cameras so that their instructor can see them and so that your classmates can see you. It really becomes difficult and kind of tiring to teach to a room full of black boxes. Instructors love to interact with their students. So, if you turn your camera on, that makes that a little bit easier. And then also keep yourself muted if you're not actively engaging. We all know the mute, unmute dance. It happens to everybody. So mute yourself, and then most instructors will be happy if you unmute yourself if you have something to say. And then hybrid courses, just look for communication from your instructor about what your meeting schedule will be like. If you look at your course schedule and it says that you meet Monday at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., go and be on campus for that meeting and get communication from your instructor about the future meetings during the semester. And then again, make sure you have Zoom downloaded. It's very likely that you will use Zoom for some aspect of your hybrid course. And then finally, web enhanced courses. So web enhanced courses they're face-to-face courses. So the most important thing is to go to class. Make sure you're showing up for your class. You'll want to log in and check eLearning often. A lot of instructors like to post the syllabus and handouts that they give out in class on eLearning so that you can access them. Again, if you run into problems with technology, let's say you're somebody who's not necessarily tech savvy, which is why you didn't sign up for an online course or a live online course, but now you find yourself needing to submit something online. It's fine. If you're running into problems, make sure you reach out to support. We are very happy to help you out. And then also Zoom again, because a lot of instructors like to take advantage of online office hours because it's convenient for students. That way, if you do need to meet with your instructor but can't make it to campus, they can meet with you via Zoom. And then I'm going to stop sharing. And so that's that section. And so in just a minute, I'm going to demonstrate how to log in. I'm going to invite my colleague, Mike Nikoski from the Cumberland campus to demonstrate how to log in at Cumberland. But in the meantime, should I take any questions, Josh, or have questions come in?
Yes, we've got one that came in, and it's a pretty basic one, but I think it's one that a lot of people are wondering, which is, will I get all of my content for class from eLearning?
That is a good question. So that depends on your course type. So if it is a web enhanced course, it's very likely your instructor will have stuff for you in class that might not get posted online. Okay, so if it's a web enhanced course, make sure you go to class and get any handouts that are given out. They might not post those online. But for a fully online course, for a live online course, everything that you need will be online in your eLearning course.
And just to add to that, it's, the utmost importance. It's a relationship with your instructor, right? Make sure you talk to your instructor, ask your instructor questions. If you're worried about how to get the content, make sure you let your instructor know that. Now, Beth, another question came up, but I think is going to be answered in just a moment, which is, how do I log on to Blackboard to access my courses? So you want to move to that portion of our presentation?
Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to let Mike from the Cumberland campus, he's an instructional designer at the Cumberland campus, which means he works with instructors to build courses, but it also means that if you ever reach out for eLearning support, he is going to be the person who's helping you probably.
Thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. And hello, everyone from the Cumberland campus. Want to talk about getting to Blackboard at Cumberland, the Cumberland Blackboard, and it's easy peasy. So you really don't have to worry too much about it. The first place you want to go is you want to go to our rcsj.edu website. Once you're there, you'll notice you can log in to the appropriate campus. In this case, it's Cumberland, and we'll have a quick links a button here with a lot of different services, but we're going to talk about Blackboard right now, and that will take you, when you click on that, that's going to take you to the Blackboard Learn login page. All right, now I'm going to put the brakes on here for just a moment because I want you to make sure that you know that there's a lot of information on this page below the login. We're going to come back here in just a moment. So a lot of information, especially when semesters are beginning or they're ending, there's a lot of information you can find about when you will have access. Okay. Also, as we scroll down a little bit more, here's registration information, and then about usernames, other technical information that's on this login page. So don't miss that. Even when you're here on campus, it's going to have a lot of information that you want. Now, in order to log in, you're going to log in using your RCSJ username. Your username is everything before the @ sign in your RCSJ email address. And you're going to log in with a password. The initial password that you're given is your 8-digit date of birth. And so I'm going to log in with my, and then down here, I was not born in 1917, so I am. All right, and then hit login. That's going to take me to the Blackboard homepage, which is right here. You will see that you have an area on here for my courses. This is how, these are links to different courses that you will be enrolled in that match the classes that you're enrolled in. There's also a lot of other information on this page, some documents for students, COVID-19 information. There's a campus map here. So a lot of things here. And in the left on mine, and these may change because you can actually move these around to customize for you. But on the left column here is the tools menu. And this is where you can log in to, once you're in Blackboard, you can go here and you can change your password. So you're going to start off with that initial password of your 8-digit date of birth. And then you can come here and you can change that if you'd like. One other thing I'd like to point out for you, especially if those of you who are very new to Blackboard, is we do have a demo course for students. The link is right here, and it is a self-enrolled course. So you can come here and you can click on this link and you can actually enroll yourself. The instructions are all here on what to do. And you will see that once you get in here, there's a start here, and it will show you about understanding the course designs, working with assignments in Blackboards, working with tests and quizzes, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of really good information here for you about the Blackboard system itself. So we've covered how to get into Blackboard on the Cumberland side. Now the login on the Gloucester side is a little bit different. So I'm going to turn this back to Beth, who's going to go cover that. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike. All right, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you how to log in if you are a Gloucester Campus student. Again, we are using the same Blackboard system. It's going to look a little different because you can customize it, and it's just the way that the campuses have been customized. But overall, it's the same tools, it's the same system, okay? So again, rcsj.edu. Memorize this URL because this is where you go to get to everything. So if you are a Gloucester Campus student, make sure you choose your campus at the top of the page. And then this yellow button says Portal Login. So the portal at RCSJ Gloucester is your source for everything, okay? So we're gonna click Portal Login, and you're gonna type your RCSJ username and password. If you don't know what that is, like Mike said, it's the username ahead of the @ symbol in your email. If you don't know what that is, also stay tuned, drop into the tech support room at the end of this presentation and we can help you out. And then you're going to put your password in, and let me make sure I'm typing this correctly. And then what will happen is you'll be logged into the RCSJ Gloucester portal and you'll be landed on the My Campus page. That's where all students land when they log in. You'll see all of this information. Most of this information is very important, so take some time to look around, but I don't want to take too long. So we're going to scroll down this page a little bit. And under the My Applications area, the very first link in that list is ELearning. We have something called single sign-on at the Gloucester campus. So when you click on ELearning, it will just log you in and take you across into our Blackboard system. Okay, you shouldn't be presented with another login screen. Just like Mike showed, when you're on this page, there's some information here for you. Under the My Courses area, it will list some courses. One thing I want to highlight is that we have an orientation course at the Gloucester campus. All students taking a course are enrolled in this course. It is not required. It is for you to go in and take a look around. So if you click in here, it will walk you through with a video on how to use the course, and then you can work through the course. And the purpose of this is to teach you some stuff about how to be successful in online courses, but also to expose you to how to navigate inside Blackboard, how to work through modules, and that kind of thing. And then the other thing I want to show is on both campuses, how you will attend your live online classes, okay? So I'm going to go into my live online course. And they all might look a little different, and I apologize, I forgot to change my colors back. Normally we don't have such, I guess, awful colors on the side here. But what you will do when you're logged into your live online course is look along the left-hand menu for a link that says Zoom Meetings, okay? You're gonna click on that. And then if this happens, by the way, it's because, one second, the privacy third-party cookies are blocked, and I have to allow the cookies. Again, if that happens to you and you're confused, reach out, we will help you. All of your meetings for your class are generally scheduled ahead of time. And so tonight, an upcoming meeting on September 2nd, this is a join button. So on that date at this time at 2 p.m., I would click join. I can't demonstrate for you what that looks like because I'm using Zoom right now to talk to you. So I can't launch a second Zoom session to show you, but essentially you're going to click join and then Zoom will launch. If you already have Zoom downloaded, you'll get a little pop-up that says open Zoom, and you open Zoom and then you're right there in your class and ready to go. If you have problems with any of this, you're going to be able to reach out for help and I'll show you how. And then the other thing I wanted to note is that on each campus, in every course, there is help videos. So for instance, the how-to instructional videos. At the Gloucester campus, it's called how-to instructional videos, and the very top video is how to join a live online class meeting. Just hit play, watch that video, walks you through what I just showed you, but it actually walks you all the way through what I just showed you. And then at the Cumberland campus, if it's not named exactly that, it is very easy to find, and you'll be able to find the same resources there. I'm going to pause again just to see if there's questions, and then I'm going to give a brief overview of how to ask for help if you need help.
There are a bunch. One of those is how do I ask for help? So I'm glad you'll be showing that in just a second, Beth. Unfortunately, I get that this is a little confusing depending on which campus that you're coming from. This time next year, it won't be a problem. We're working very diligently right now to bring it together so that we have one system. The good news is we have wonderful people in tech support and in e-learning support. And I promise you, after the semester gets started, that first week, you're going to be a pro, you're going to be an expert and know how to do all of this. One of the questions that came through, and it was answered in the chat, but just in case, Beth, if I am an online student, I'm taking just online courses, I don't have a start date on my course outline. When do I log in?
Yeah, so you will technically have a start date. It'll tell you when your class starts and when it ends, right? You'll have a start and end date. You won't have, say, a Monday, Wednesday with times listed, right? That's because you don't need to log in to your fully online course at any specific time. But when you want to log in is the first day listed on your start date and date. You want to log in on that first day. That first day, you're going to have stuff available for you to start working on. You're going to want to start reading. You're going to want to start watching videos and getting going in your course. So if you're taking a fully online course, you won't see specific times expected of you to log in, but pay attention to your start date and log into e-learning on that start date.
Another one, kind of the same question. If I'm taking a live online course, how do I get to Zoom? How do I get to that course?
Yep. So that was what I had just demonstrated. So you'll log in to whether you're Cumberland or Gloucester, you're going to log into e-learning. You're going to click on the name of your course to be taken into your course's kind of web page. And on the left-hand menu, there will be a link that says Zoom Meetings. When you click on that link, you'll see all of your Zoom meetings listed, and you just click join next to the one that is scheduled for that day.
What do I do if I'm signed up for a live online course, but I don't see it on Blackboard? I don't see it in eLearning. Who do I contact?
Yeah, so I'll show you how to reach out if you need help. But right now at the Gloucester campus, just like you can't attend your face-to-face classes early, we don't have online courses open to students until the first day of their class. However, some instructors do like to open their courses early. So if you do see some courses but not others, don't panic. If you don't see them on the first day of your course, feel free to reach out for help. Again, I will show you how to do that in a moment. At the Cumberland campus, you should start seeing your courses Friday afternoon. And if you don't, then you can reach out for help.
Perfect. Another question that came through is essentially, is there Wi-Fi available on campuses? And yes, there is. We've spent a lot of time making sure that Wi-Fi is prolific and available everywhere. And to log onto that Wi-Fi, you're going to look for that wireless name, RCSJ. It's available on both campuses. And then that same username and password that you use to log into eLearning and to Blackboard, use the same thing on your mobile device, be that a laptop, a phone, a tablet. Use that same thing to log in when you click on RCSJ at wireless network name, and you'll get in. With that, Beth, why don't we go to how people ask for help?
Sure. I am going to share my screen again because I want to walk you through it. We're going to do share screen. Again, RCSJ website. You, again, want to select your campus. If you don't select your campus and you navigate around the website, at some point, you'll reach a page that says, hey, pick your campus because the information is slightly different. So it's usually just easier to select your default campus. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to click Gloucester. And then the kind of most important area, I think, for students is the student services link here on the website. And you'll see like some of the most important stuff for you listed right here. So if you click on the bookstore, you'll be able to go to the bookstore's website. You'll be able to search for books for your courses. You just put in your course information off your schedule. It'll tell you which books you need. You want to find out about campus life, counseling and wellness. We have free counseling and wellness for students. If you need information about the library on your campus, etc. Technical support, this is the link that I want to make sure everybody knows about. So again, under student services on the website, technical support. Regardless of which campus you land on, the same information is available with slightly different locations or names, etc. So this request technical support button here on the right-hand side of the screen, it's right at the top. You click on here, you can fill out a short form, and then someone will get back to you and they will help you. And if you ask a question that technical support doesn't help with, they will redirect that question to the person who can help you and they will get back to you. Also on this page, you can click to see their hours. You can find out more information about how to contact the division. So if you click contact us, it'll have information about, well, we'll make sure that that's working, but it'll have a phone number listed. It'll have everything that you need to get in contact with them. If you click on the wireless link on the left-hand side, you can, the same thing that Josh just explained, it'll give you information on how to connect your device to the wireless on campus. Under support and maintenance are the 4 links that well, really 3 of them are most important to you. This technical support link, again, is back to this site that you're currently on. The scheduled maintenance calendar is something that you probably want to be aware of. We have scheduled maintenance monthly, and some aspects of systems on the campuses might be inaccessible. Everything is explained if you click on that link. And then if you click eLearning, it will take you to the eLearning page, give you some more information. The 2 videos here, how to log into eLearning at the Gloucester campus, how to log in at the Cumberland campus. So everything I showed you tonight, also listed here on the website, and you can watch the video. You can click information about how to get to those student orientations or demo courses that we just showed you, frequently asked questions, known issues, and then information about how to contact eLearning. Both campuses have an eLearning support form, which you're able to fill out. On that form, you can specify whether you would like us to email you a response or call you, whatever works for you. We have phone numbers listed. You're welcome to do that. I'm just now noticing that we don't have our e-learning email on the Gloucester campus listed, but just for the sake of saying it, it is elearning@rcsj.edu if you want to email us. But again, you can also just fill out that form. It all kind of goes to the same place. Even if you don't know which campus you're for and you just fill out one of these forms, it will get to the right person. We will make sure that we get you where you need to go. Anything else you see on this, Josh, that you want me to point out before I stop sharing?
No, I think you really hit all the important points. Like Beth said, we do have IT maintenance that happens once a month. It generally doesn't affect the learning Blackboard system. Every once in a while, though, it might be inaccessible for a half an hour or something like that on a maintenance Sunday. But we really do our best to keep hands off Blackboard, because we know you've got your courses, you have various due dates within those courses. So we do our best to stay hands off on that. But at the same time, we need to keep it patched and safe from a security perspective. There was a question that came through that said their instructor is listed as to be determined. That probably just needs to be updated in the administrative system, right, where you registered. I promise that when you actually have class, you will have an instructor there. Promise. Let's see. Otherwise, there are a lot of great questions that have been coming through, and a lot of folks have gone through and answered those as well. And you'll still have a chance to ask more questions. But right now, let's turn to our executive director, Samantha Van Coy. She's an expert in all things student services.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's so nice to see so many of you here tonight. I've been trying to chat with a lot of you already. As Josh said, my name is Samantha Van Coy. I'm the Executive Director of Student Engagement here at the college. You've absolutely made the right choice by choosing to enroll in RCSJ this semester. We're here to support you. I hope that's clear by the end of this evening. I just want to quickly highlight some of the student support services that we offer. And if you have questions about those services, you can stay in this room and keep asking those questions. I'd be happy to chat with you further. But let's just jump right into it so we can keep moving on. We are proud to be a military-friendly college. We support our veterans, active duty, and reserve service members and their families with comprehensive services on both campuses. Our students that need accommodations for courses can get help virtually or in person from our disability and special services departments on both campuses. If you need someone to talk to, we do offer comprehensive wellness services on both campuses. We have licensed professionals who can help you. We can connect you with a variety of resources, both on our campus and externally. We've got campus food pantries on both campuses, and we can connect you with all kinds of programs off campuses that you might need as well. If you need some extra support to ace your exams and write your papers, we have academic support centers on both campuses, and we also offer 24/7 virtual academic support. We have tutoring, study groups, academic coaching, and more available for you, because we really do want to see you succeed. If you're not sure what your next step is after earning your degree, or you're thinking about changing your major, our internship and career planning office is a great resource, and they are actually here tonight. So you'll be able to meet with them later if you would like as well. If you're looking to continue after your associate degree here, we offer excellent transfer services. We've got great programs like 3+1 that we partner with Rowan University on. But we also have premier partners including Wilmington, Fairleigh Dickinson University, Stockton, and more, so that we can make your transition to the next step as seamless as possible. We've got active student life on both campuses with a variety of clubs, honor societies, and student government for you to get involved in. If you're on campus during the first week of the semester, we invite you to stop by our welcome tents on both campuses, where we'll be handing out cold water and all sorts of giveaways. It's a great opportunity to just say hi and make a connection with someone on campus. We also have social media accounts that will keep you up to date. So be sure to follow us at Rowan College and at RCSJ Cumberland if you're a Cumberland campus student, so you can be up to date on what's going on both campuses. I recognize that most of you are here tonight because you have a goal that you're pursuing. whether you're a high school student, a recent graduate, or someone who's returning to college after some time off. We want to help you achieve your goals. So to that end, the next portion of tonight's program is going to be academic focused. So I am going to transfer it back to Josh now, so he can explain how the breakout rooms are going to work. And we'll be here for the next hour or more, working with you and talking to you more about what you need to know to get ready for next week.
Thank you, Sam. Before we move on, a whole bunch more questions have come through. This is good. We like the interaction. Thank you. So I'll throw this out to you, Sam, and you, Beth. So if I'm taking an online course, are my textbooks included in my tuition, or do I have to buy those still?
I can take this one. So it kind of depends. So if you have signed up for a course that was, when you registered for the course, kind of noted as a course materials included, or textbook included in price of course, those types of things. Those are a part of what's called the first day program. The purpose of the first day program is that they ensure that all students have access to a digital textbook on the very first day of class, because you pay for your discounted textbook when you register for your course. So in some cases, if you have already paid when you paid for your course for the cost of your textbook, yes, when you log into eLearning, you will have access to your book. Just look for a message from your instructor about how to access that book. But also, there are other courses where you will want to buy a digital textbook, in which case you can do that ahead of time, and then you can also gain access to that textbook ahead of time. But for the most part, if you buy a digital textbook / a digital access kind of package, you'll want to wait till you have access to your course. You'll log in, and then your course will be set up with instructions so that you can actually access the content and connect essentially your publisher, your McGraw-Hill, your Pearson, your Cengage, your Norton course account with your Blackboard course. I don't know if that answered that question directly. The answer is a little bit that is complicated, but if you have questions specifically about your situation, just reach out.
Sam, when what are the times for academic support? When is it offered?
So our academic support services offices, I don't have the exact times on me, but 9 to 5, 8:30 to 4:30, you can expect them Monday through Friday to be in their offices. Someone will be there to be able to meet with you in person. They might also have some later night study hours available, but both of our academic support centers have an online service where you can submit things 24/7 and get support online. So while we don't have someone physically on campus 24/7, you can get online support at any time.
All right. So now that students have heard about Live Online, some have asked the question, I'm already registered for an online version of a class. Can I go and take a Live Online version of that same class?
If you would like to, if it sounds like a Live Online section is a better fit for you, yeah, you can go and change the course that you're registered for. You don't want to take two versions of the same course though, so don't do that. But so listening to the explanations of what they are, if one of those actually sounds like it's going to work better for you, absolutely. If you know how to already drop an ad, do that. Otherwise, reach out to your advisor and they will help you.
Okay. And don't drop your course that you're registered in right now until you know that there's availability in a different section. You don't want to do that. Okay?
Yeah, I would work with your advisor.
Yes, great point. Let's see, the virtual textbooks, we did that. Here, another question that came through is, this student, half of their courses are actually in person and the other half are online. And it says, to be determined for when they would meet. Now, if they have courses that are starting on, the first day of the semester that are physical, right? They got to go to those classes. What do they do about those online classes?
For online classes, log into the e-learning system at your campus on the starting date for that course. So even if your course doesn't have meeting times, the meeting time might say TBD, you will still have a start date for that course. That is the date that you should log into e-learning.
Perfect. All right, with that, I think we'll kind of transition to the next part of the event. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Beth. Really great information. And remember, folks, this part of the orientation is being recorded and it's going to be available. Give us a day or two to get it up there, but it'll be available at rcsj.edu/townhall. And we'll make sure we put that in the chat as well. Now let's see. Before we open the breakout rooms, please welcome Dr. Brendan Rickards. He's our Provost and Vice President of Academics, and he's here to give a few words of inspiration.
Thank you, Josh. I don't know if inspiration is how I'm going to cut it, but in any case, what I really want to do is I want to welcome each student here to the college. RCSJ is truly a special place, in my opinion. I have taught at multiple different colleges, including four-year schools and Ivy League institutions. And one thing that I will tell you is that the dedication and support that you get from the students, the faculty, and the staff at RCSJ is second to none. And the reason I say that is because the students that you have and that you're going to be interacting with all have the same goals that you do, and that's ultimately to get to your end career or transfer. And you may say, well, four-year institutions may have that as well. Yes and no. Ivy League institutions as well, yes and no, because some of the students there are there because it was the #1 party school or whatever. You're not going to have that at RCSJ. The students that you interact with are all going to have the same goals as you. The faculty and staff are extremely dedicated at our two-year college for your success because they're here because they choose to work and train students, and they're here to teach. They're not necessarily here to do research, or they're interested in X, Y, Z, or things outside of the classroom. They're not here to do, their philosophy outside of the class. They're here to teach you. And so what I want you to embrace at RCSJ is the opportunity that each and every one of you are going to have to learn from these faculty members that teaching is their craft. It's not the secondary to their research. At your four-year schools and at your Ivy League schools, research is why the actual faculty members go there. It's not necessarily to teach. Here at RCSJ, teaching is the core. We have a student-centered culture, and at the core of that is teaching our students to be successful in the classroom and in life. So we do keep our class sizes small. You're not going to have classrooms where you're filled with 1,000 students. Heck, when I was an undergrad, the first biology class had over 800 students just in one hall. And I can tell you right now, my last name's Rickards. I was probably number, 722, and I was seated wherever I ended up. You will get to learn your faculty. You will get to know them. You will get to learn from them, and you will get to know their personalities. They'll get to know you. So take advantage of that. It's definitely something that I think is very unique to our sector, and it's very unique to RCSJ. So I want to welcome each one of you to the college. Thank you for attending the college, and we are here collectively as faculty and staff to support you in your endeavors as you move, whether your goal is to graduate and enter into your career, whether it's to get placed in a job or an internship, or whether it's ultimately to transfer to a four-year institution. Whatever it is, we are here to support those goals. So welcome to the college, and I hope to meet each and every one of you in person at some point on any of our campuses, and definitely at commencement when each of you graduate. So thank you, and welcome to RCSJ.
Thank you very much, Brendan. And I am inspired. And I could not agree with you more. It's really that's a wonderful institution. I went here myself a very, very, very long time ago. And the attention that you get from your instructors, you're not going to get that anywhere else. All right, so in just a moment, we'll enable our breakout rooms, which will empower you to select any of the academic divisions that are listed on the screen. List those divisions, Dan, as well as technical support. For example, let's say that you're interested in pursuing an internship. If that's the case, you'll click or tap the breakout rooms button that will pop open a window. And when you click it, guess what? You're going to be brought into that breakout room through Zoom magic. Once you complete, or once you learn what you want to learn in that particular breakout room, you'll have the ability to click the breakout rooms button again and move yourself to another room. So take advantage of that, right? Let's say that you're interested in business studies. You could go into that room first, but then let's say, you know what, kind of going along with that, I want to see what the career and technical education list, you could go there as well. Or let's say that you want to look into internships and career planning. You could then click that breakout room button and then flip over to that room. And finally, remember, technical support is also available. There were a lot of technical support-like questions in the chat. This is your opportunity to talk with Mike Fox. He leads technical support for both campuses. a true expert when it comes to figuring out how to do things at Rowan College of South Jersey. So with that, we're going to go ahead and enable the breakout rooms. And I want to thank you all so much for taking your valuable time and attending today. We really do, we're here for you. We're here for your success. So again, thank you. And remember, I posted in the chat, this part of the session is recorded and will be available, so you can rewatch it as many times as you like. Thank you very much. Enjoy the breakout part of our session.